black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
All right. Peace, everybody. It's your brother, Mr. Holipsism. I'm down with my brother in arms, Deontay Ford.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes. And I have to give you a warning in advance that this is going to be probably one of the most embarrassing live streams for African Americans here in the U.S. Just letting you know in advance. So if you feel bad, just know that I warned you, and you should feel bad. The title of this live stream is Financing Your Own Oppression. And I'm going to read some stats for you that's going to probably make you cry. Or in the mortal words of Joe Biden, if this doesn't make you feel bad, you ain't black. East West Bank is the largest Asian American owned bank in the United States with over 60.8 billion in total assets. According to the 2023 American Community Survey, approximately 20 million people in the United States identify solely as Asian, representing about 6% of the total U.S. population. So 6% of the U.S. total U.S. population, 60.8 billion in total access from their bank, East West Bank. Banco Popular de Puerto Rico is the largest Hispanic-owned bank in the United States with over 58 billion in total assets. As of July 1st, 2023, the Hispanic and Latino population of the United States reached 65.2 million, accounting for 19.5% of the nation's total population. So it's about 65.2 million Latinos in America. They make up 19.5% of the nation's total population. And the total assets in their most popular bank, the largest Hispanic-owned bank in the United States, is $58 billion in total assets. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
African Americans, OneUnited Bank is the largest Black-owned bank in the U.S. You know how much assets it has as of 2024?
I do not.
Take a wild guess.
Over 100 billion?
That's a good guess. 606.98 million in assets.
What the hell?
Not even a billion. And let me make it more embarrassing. Estimates from 2022 indicate that the population of Black or African Americans alone or in combination has grown to approximately 50.1 million, which represents about 14%, 14% of the population. So 50.1 million Black people, and their largest bank has total assets of $606.98 million in assets.
That's embarrassing.
I wonder if anybody really comprehends what I just said. Wait, is that Vic or is that Mike in the chat?
Where? Hold on, let me check.
I was trying to get Vic to come up in here. I think that's Mike.
Yeah, I think that is Mike. You want to let him in? Vic just hit me up. He said he's running 5 minutes late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll be waiting for that.
Mike, you wanna come in? Oh, it's Joe. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. I knew it was one of them. I wasn't sure. But it's
Sorry,
usually
Joe.
Mike.
Joe, did you want to jump on? Because I mean, I really said all that really needs to be said. I just want to have a conversation with people so they can tell me how embarrassing it is. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'll put the link in the chat room in case anybody wants to jump in. But I'm just anxious to hear, after hearing what I just said, and it's also in the description for the video. So if you want to, go over it before you come in, that's cool. We have 50 million Black folks here in America, and our so-called largest Black bank has basically $607 million. And you have groups that don't even have our numbers who have 60 billion, 58 billion in their banks. So is it any surprise why we're in the position that we are in?
When you put up the numbers, no.
When you look at the numbers and see how incompetent we are when it comes to supporting our own banking systems, why are we complaining about the white man this and the white man that when you can't even put money into a Black bank? My brother Emoji's with us.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
$12 per person in the bank. That's what Joe says. Hey, I mean, that would be nice. I see everyone is silent. I wonder why.
Well, because we find ourselves so comfortable in the oppression. We find ourselves so comfortable talking about, complaining about what's happening to us. But then, just like good any human, once it's time for you to do the work, it's like uh but like, yeah, it's just just anything when you get in an argument with your partner. It's easy to point out they inconsistencies. It's easy to say, but you. But then when the finger gets pointed back at you and it's time for you to fess up, that's when it gets different. And there's nothing that we can say about this. The only thing we should say about this is, when should we start? Should we start on the 1st of January, or should we just put some money in today? That's the only thing we should be talking about.
That's why I like you, man. I like how you think. It's not this incrementalism bullshit mentality. It's like, something's wrong. We know what it is. Let's fix it right now. That's what intelligent people do.
Honestly, it's like that. I'm naturally like that, but I also there's a different level of urgency. Urgency is the word. And our people just act like it's like we'll break down, we'll break down what's going on with this, and we'll break it down and we'll see it and we'll be like, oh man, oh man. And then it's like, okay, but this doesn't make you want to change anything. You know what I mean? This
Yeah,
doesn't
what's
make
the
you look like,
solution?
yeah, this doesn't make you look and project into the future and say, maybe we should start like actively doing something to change this. But that's not what happens. We just keep breaking down the knowledge, doing the knowledge, breaking down the history, breaking down this. Ooh, now we got some new stuff. Some aliens are coming now. We keep breaking everything down. But when it's time to do the work, the practical work in real life, we just stop. All of a sudden, we're not smart anymore. All of a sudden, we can't work together anymore. All of a sudden, we're not these kings and queens anymore. When it's time to working together, we're just, what's the word I'm thinking of when you can't do anything? I can't even think of my word.
Helpless.
Helpless. We're helpless when it comes to working together. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing. God won't let us. White people won't let us. Asians won't let us. There's nothing that we can do.
Right. We're helpless, but we're not helpless when it comes to getting a Chris Brown photo. Then we're not helpless. What did they say? Amos Wilson said it. He said, wherever your values are, that's where your money will go. So if you want to take a look at what your values are, just look at your bank statement. That's all it takes. If you notice, like I remember there was this big thing about Big Brother and they can see you through the webcam and all this other bullshit. You know what all of that was about? Big Brother was just about finding out what your spending habits were and then marketing towards it. If you notice, when you buy something online, you start seeing more ads for it on your Facebook profile and on your timelines. Let's say you get like a shower curtain. Next thing you know, all you see is shower curtains. That's what Big Brother is. That's what the Illuminati is. Finding out what your spending habits are and giving you ads toward it so you can keep buying.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. But they made it sound like they were stealing my personal data or something.
No, they just want you to buy. That's all. They just want you to buy things and keep buying and keep participating in the economy. That's the big spooky boogeyman that everybody was warning you about. Because think about it. They can see through your webcam. What they gonna see? You in your drawers in your living room doing fucking nothing.
I think the spooky, we all of a sudden 007 James Bond agents when it comes time for black people to do something is one of the most wackest stalling tactics ever. You will have a brother or sister who's literally sitting in their bedroom with no friends, no family, no one cares about them. And when you say let's do something together, man, they be watching people. It's like, bro, you have nothing. No one cares about you. No one, I promise you, y'all, whoever's out there looking and thinking like, no, for real though, they do be looking for us. Sure, the FBI have a list of everybody. We're probably all up on the list because you black. However, they know that we're not doing anything. We are not a threat, y'all. No matter what y'all think, the only thing that's threatening about us is our skin and the fear of us organizing. But the real life thought of us actually doing it is so far removed from their imaginations because they know that we don't have an imagination anymore. They've stripped our imagination, black men. I hope y'all hearing me. Our imagination for self-realization has been stripped away. We think that we're American to the core. That's why our bank ain't got no money in it. That's why we won't come together to do nothing, because we think that America's doing it for us because we part of them. Off my soapbox.
That's where you get the rise of the ADOS movement and these FBA clowns. And right now, unfortunately, they have a very large microphone. They're pissed about a Netflix TV drama that tells a story of a black woman being kidnapped during the slave trade out of modern day Nigeria, being brought here and actually finding the resilience to not only keep her culture, but to try to escape, to try to get her, or basically get her freedom and go back to Africa. They're upset about that. And they have such a large microphone. They're spamming fucking comment sections. They're harassing people. They're spouting misinformation. And they're attacking the Haitian Revolution. They're attacking one thing that actually did lead to an end of the slave trade in the Western Hemisphere. and they have such a massive microphone. These online goose. That's what we're dealing with. Meanwhile, we have that going on, and we can't even get people to sign up to a free website. You know what I'm saying? Look at that by conjunction. Like what Brother Mo just said, we think we are Americans. You're an American citizen.
You want to hear another embarrassing stat?
Sure.
Well, not so much a stat, but reality. Ever heard of redlining?
Oh yeah.
I put it into ChatGPT. Redlining is a discriminatory practice in which services such as banking, insurance, and real estate were systemically denied or made unavailable to residents of certain neighborhoods based on racial or ethnic composition. The term originated from maps used by lenders in the 1930s and 40s, where areas predominantly inhabited by Black or minority residents were outlined in red, indicating they were considered high risk for investment. Where's the redlining with East-West Bank?
It's a good question.
Where's the redlining with Banco Popular? How do you continue to keep putting money into white banks and then complaining that they won't lend you any money? Another question is, who the fuck is talking about this besides us? Who? Is that Chad?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
What's up, Chad?
I haven't spoken to you brothers in
What's up,
quite a
brother?
long time. Yeah, I've been busy working a lot the past couple of months.
That's understandable.
I'm over here doing like 72 hours a week for the past 2 months, so I've been sleeping a lot. so, how's everybody doing?
Uh, overall,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I mean,
That says it all. That
this
says it all.
this topic doesn't make me feel any better, but
Yeah, no. You just text me the stream, and I caught a little bit of it. Um, so I didn't want to do the conversation a disservice. So I want to listen a little bit because I know sometimes these conversations could bounce all over the place, and you know. But
well,
as far
let me
as far
give
as
you a.
redlining, yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. As far as redlining, there's an excellent book. I never finished it, which is that happens to me a lot. But it's called The Color of Law, and it came out a few years ago. It's an excellent book. It talks about redlining and the fight against it that's been ongoing for maybe centuries in this country. It's been an issue going on in courts and this and that for a very, very, very long time. And it has been an issue for uh, and this is always the irony of this country, right? Especially when we talk about poor white people, right? It's been an ongoing issue for extremely harmful for black people, but also for poor white people, right? Who would rather not see that common ground with black people, right? Because, like Chris Rock said in that classic comedy, they would rather be them than identify with the common ground of the establishment, the anti-establishment, right? But but yeah, but I caught a little bit of the conversation, but I just wanted to listen a little bit and see what you guys were talking about a little more. But you can clearly just break it down for me a little bit.
Yeah, I want to review what I went through in the beginning so we can, read it and weep.
Yeah.
East West Bank is the largest Asian American owned bank in the United States, and it has over 60.8 billion in total assets.
Okay.
According to 2023 American Community Survey, approximately 20 million people in the United States identify as Asian, and that represents about 6% of the total US population. Banco Popular de Puerto Rico is the largest Hispanic-owned bank in the United States with over 58 billion in total assets. As of July 1st, 2023, the Hispanic or Latino population in the United States reached 65.2 million, accounting for 19.5% of the nation's total population. So they actually have more of a population than we do. Now, African Americans, OneUnited Bank is the largest Black-owned bank in the U.S., and it has a whopping 606.98 million in assets.
How much again? I'm sorry. How much?
606.98 million in assets as of 2024.
Mike Tyson blew through that by the time he was 35 years old.
Thank you. Estimates from 2022 indicate the population of Black or African Americans alone in combination has grown to approximately 50.1 million.
Right.
Now, I want to ask y'all something. What do you think is the main reason why there's the largest Black bank in America only has 606.98 million in assets? What do you think
speak on that.
That is?
And let me speak on that. I'm sorry, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
because I know we spoke about. I know I definitely spoke to you about this. About shit. Is this like 2 years ago now? Do you remember the 2 or 3 largest Black-owned banks in the country? I think one was based in DC and one was based in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Were set to merge.
Right.
I forgot what they were going to call the bank, right? And we actually had a conversation on the side on the phone. I think we were on the phone one day, and we were talking about how what seemingly seemed to be the egos involved with the whole, what must be the hierarchy of the new merger, and who's going to be the VP and the vice president. And we were like, why wouldn't a bank like OneUnited be involved in that also? Like, why wouldn't all of the Black-owned banks be a part of that? And we said the ego was something else, huh? Like it must always come down to an ego situation at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I forgot, and and it's funny because the valuation of that merge, and ironically, I was checking for that bank for a long time because I wanted to put my money there. The valuation of that merger was exceeding billions of dollars. It was set to be predicted to be a player in American banking, and I haven't heard a thing about that bank since those articles were coming out, and I have no idea what's going on with that. So that goes to where you say so, and I think when we talk about, I guess, the equity that we place into certain banks.
Wait, Chad, let me interrupt you for just 1 second because I want to address this jackass in the fucking chat. How fucking dumb are you? We're talking about banking in America. So that means ride with me. We're talking about your incompetent ass and the jackasses that believe in what you believe in. This is y'all. Y'all got
Dumbass.
606 million in the fucking bank in America, and you're letting the Latinos and the Asians lap your dumb ass.
And that's what they don't want to identify though, y'all. This is a very important part because they will sit up there and talk about what other races have done, what America has allowed other races to do. But see, we are a part of that same system, and we can make the system work for us. But instead of doing that, we look at everybody else organized, and we just talk for emotional purposes. We don't talk to get power. We really don't organize for power's sake. We organize simply for recognition. Just acknowledge us and we'll be fine.
That's something else that we talk about and laugh about. Sadly laugh about with our people all the time. It's like, so what exactly is your fight? Right? Like, what exactly is the point of that comment or that side commentary?
I know what the point is.
Banking isn't important.
No,
being
the
being
point is
aware of.
you're dealing with a moron who doesn't even fucking know the point that's being made. The point that's being made is that
Right.
African Americans here in America, not in Africa, you dumbass, here in America, who ain't doing shit, who are basically financing their own oppression. You
Right.
fuck idiot.
The idea of, and again, we talk about this all the time too, that oftentimes it's like you don't understand. Like if you don't understand the conversation, say you don't understand the conversation, and it can be explained to you, right? Not every black person in America has to go to Africa, right? But that doesn't mean you can't support the idea of nationhood in Africa. Not every Jew goes to Israel or plans to
Right.
go live in Israel. But I don't hear a bunch of Jews saying, making fun of Israel or saying, I'm not going to support Israel, or why do we need an Israel? Why do we need an HBCU? Only we ask these dumbass fucking questions. Only we
Yeah.
say, only we have these dumbass conversations that are self-destructive and take us no fucking where. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I
shit,
wonder.
shit like that is so like shit like that reminds me of this. And this is years ago. I'm just gonna put this into perspective. This was a long time ago when 50 Cent was on the radio and Cameron called in and he called him Curtis. And he was like, Curtis, Curtis, Curtis. And the host asked 50 Cent, like, that doesn't bother you? And 50 was like, no, that just lets me know I'm dealing with a fucking idiot. Why would I be mad at somebody calling me the name my mother gave me? So shit like that makes you know you're dealing with a fucking idiot. Because what are you talking about, homeboy? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out the conversation. Go read a fucking book.
And here's the irony that this jackass doesn't realize. I wonder, his name is Ride With Me. Ride with me. What bank do you have your money in America? Is it Chase, HSBC, TD Bank, Bank of America? Which white bank do you have your money in, you jackass? No cognitive dissonance whatsoever. Oh man. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it was called. I'm sorry. This was August 2020. Los Angeles-based Broadway Federal Bank and DC-based City First Bank were announcing a merger,
Mm-hmm.
and it was stated that it would create the nation's first black-led bank with over $1 billion in assets.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard shit about this fucking bank since. Like I haven't heard shit. I was excited about it. I haven't heard anything about it since.
Yeah.
This is five. This is going on 5 years ago now.
Yeah. Then you ain't gonna hear nothing about it. Because see, this is the thing, man. A lot of these white banks, what do? They merge. You know?
Kind of like streaming services. Just merge. Acquire assets and merge.
Exactly.
Acquire assets and merge.
Why aren't those two banks that merged talking to OneUnited Bank? Because they should be merging too.
Why wasn't Carver in there? You know what I mean? Like I don't know all the names of the black-owned banks off the top of my head, but all those banks should have been involved in this.
Yep.
Like you understand what I'm saying? Like they all should. And I was working a part-time job this summer in Chinatown, right over the Brooklyn Bridge. So every night, not every night, like a couple nights a week, I'd get off the train at Canal Street and walk up the block. And over in that area, when you get to Chinatown, everything is in I don't want to misterm the language, but it was in their language. We see Chase, it says Chase on top, and then it has the language on the bottom. Over in Chinatown. Anybody from New York knows that. And it's like the way they have that set up, right? That's their area. It's their area, right? We talk about all this all the time. At some point in time, black people need to figure out what we want to be. Like we have to figure out what we want to be and how we're gonna get there. And that requires honest conversations. It requires honest conversations. It requires intellectual conversations. It requires gray area conversations. It's not just black and white. And it requires educating yourself. Like I like we again side conversations. I wouldn't want to be young nowadays to save my life, because it's like this ain't the black people that I grew up around and grew up being taught by. You know, we really on that lost in that wilderness of North America shit right now, man. We really lost right now, and it's gotten worse, and it's getting worse.
The guy who was in the chat room is emblematic of our overall mentality here in America. Notice how we're sitting here talking about how other groups are consolidating their resources and supporting their own banks. And instead of this jackass wanting to find common ground with that and say, wait, I'm black, they're black, maybe we should do that. No, it's like, oh, yo guys is trying to get with Africa. What you talking about America for? That's the problem. Because we all know we're Team Africa. We know that. But that doesn't mean that we want our people here in America to just suffer and die.
Right. Not everybody will be going to Africa. Not everybody
Right.
would say I'm going to Africa. Right. Like you want a rebirth of places like Black Wall Street in America. You want a natural partner. You know, you want
Right.
shit like that. Like the failure to the failure to understand that is mind blowing to me. And it kind of makes me want to. You know what? It kind of reminds me of, and I've stopped doing this, of having to explain to some white people what say the saying Black Lives Matter means, right? And it's like they just don't get it. No, they get it. They don't want to get it. And it's the same conversation here, right? Black people get it, but they want to get it, right? Negro stolen tactics, right? Africa's too hot. I don't know nothing about Africa. Listen, they don't like us anyway. Like it's always something. It's always a goalpost movement, right?
Yeah, I've been to
So
Africa. I don't know how many times. I've gotten love every time I go back. They often ask me when I'm leaving, why am I going back to America?
yeah,
And the funniest thing somebody ever said to me was, "Don't get shot."
yeah.
So that
It's always something, right? So it's always like at some point in time you got to understand. Okay, you need you need to understand like this is geopolitics, right? You can't have your head in the sand if you're gonna talk about building a nation and running a nation and thriving and surviving, right? You're not just gonna go and go to Africa and be like, okay, shit, sweet now, we doing it. We don't gotta worry about outside problems. We have to have understanding of what's going on around the world around us. That's not how that shit works.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, Vic, can you talk?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Can you talk or are you busy?
Oh, I can say a little bit. I was just listening to y'all for a minute though.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
All right. It's just wow, man. I'm that repulsive. Cat had to dip out. But yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it when I saw the title, and then I heard you at the beginning. That sounds kind of how we do things. I believe it's a self-hate. It has something to do with it. Because
With
there's
the
no way you could love your group and you just don't think about uplifting the group. I mean, you don't make any attempts to uplift or assist in uplifting.
I have a thought. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it's something that I thought about. Because yeah, I believe that it's definitely self-hatred. It is definitely not supporting your own. But I think that there's a more systemic problem to this too. And I think when you look at those groups, the Asians and the Latinos, um, I would say it's safe to say that they have more brick and mortar businesses, and they tend to hire their own. Would that be correct?
Yeah, it's also
Yep.
different that,
So
but It's also a
So
different
that
dynamic.
I think that plays a big part in it. Like if
Yeah.
black people primarily work for other races of people, that may play a part in why they don't reinvest into their own, because they're not really invested into their own until they start producing and manufacturing and having businesses that employ their own people.
You know, also, I don't. I think I don't know if take for granted is the wrong phrase here, but I don't think we really think about or look at the different dynamics, right? Because if you look at within black black people, and when I say black people, I mean African descent, right, or straight African descent, right? West Indians are kind of the same, right? They own their own business. They come here. They might have a store or businesses also, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you also could think of it as and it's complex. It's not easy. The complex dynamic and mindset of immigration, right? The How the Chinese saw themselves when they came here, and how the Hispanics, Puerto Ricans maybe see themselves when they came here. Black people have an inherent, like, we're native here. We're here. Like, we're already here, right? We're here already. The mindset of a straight immigrant is, I got to figure it out. I got to build. It's me and my family. We got to get together. Whereas my mentality is shit. It's my spot. I'm here already.
Yeah.
This is for me. I don't like. It's more of a complex conversation than I think we realize it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like with the political system in the country, right? You have a you have a two-party system, and one party uses we don't need to do anything for black people because they're Americans. They're Americans anyway, right? But then they do anti-black shit all the time, right? So it's kind of it's the dynamic of it's a complex situation. It's a complex situation, but at the same point in time, again, we have to figure out what we want to be and how we're going to get there, right? And again, there are places that black people can go that are welcoming to black people that look like you, that you know what I mean, and it's not here. It's not here.
I think I think a big point that we have to start with the agreement that black folks made with America with civil rights. We made an agreement that we're going to be second and third class citizens forever, and we're going to be okay with that. And what happens is that black people get this weird idea that they're fully human in America. We get these weird ideas that, wait a minute, we're Americans and we're supposed to be treated equally. And then white people immediately, not white people, the American government, America reminds us every chance they get, you are second and third class citizens, African people. Yes, white Americans could choke you out on the streetcar and get away free. Yes, a police officer could come into your house and shoot you in your face. Yes, a police officer can come to your apartment, Air Force man, and shoot you on your lawn. Because you're black in America. And you agreed to this shit. You agreed to this, black man. You did, Martin. You did, Malcolm. You said your people want to stay here. You said this is your place because you built it. You built it. So shut the fuck up and take your second and third class citizenship unless you're going to do something about it. Unless you're going to support yourselves. Unless you're going to build your own communities. Because guess what? America is not going to fucking help you. Because you agreed that we don't have to. We just got to let your black ass sit here and dance and play basketball and football for us. And you're going to be fine. You said as long as we give you a paycheck and some health care, you can let us treat you however we want to. You said that, sir. So shut the fuck up. How about that?
Yeah, agree. Deontay.
Yep.
You want to address us what's on the screen?
Hold on 1 second. I got you. I had to sit my phone down for a hot second.
You Emoji came through with the alley oop and dunk.
Sorry, y'all, because that part there's like a spirit. There's a spirit, a second class citizenship that's dawned over us, and we just walk around like that shit don't exist anymore.
So-called African Americans don't see the power of intervening U.S. Black nationalism, U.S. Afrocentric homogeny creation, the uses of Africa as a resources for. Okay, so again, that goes into working with the ones that do want to do that. Like you can't force somebody to do, like Africa is not a popular thing. It's just not.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. On Facebook, I had put the introduction of a bill that I thought should be put before the Congress.
At this point, we're not really. I don't know. I'm just used to seeing this kind of topic. But honestly, Africa is going to go forward with or without African Americans. So at this point, if they don't see that, we just need to work with the ones that do.
But
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
So
okay.
This also isn't this also isn't a 100% correct statement, because there was a time where, I'm gonna say it was 100% black people were on the same page with this mindset. But there was a point in time. Why am I hearing an echo for myself? I'm just hearing my voice right now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. See, I'm hearing an echo now for some reason.
Echoing, yeah. Somebody mute.
I have to mute Deontay because something's going on there.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm sorry. Not that it was 100% same wavelength amongst the people, but there was a stronger pro-black, genuine care mentality years ago, right?
You talk about the 60s.
Listen. I've noticed a change in mindset, and it's been a decline. I've noticed a decline in the way we look at ourselves and the way we think and the way we talk over the past 20, 30 years. And we've had this conversation. I see, I'm having an echo again. Yeah, we've had this conversation. Like the conversations we have, the way we talk about ourselves, the way we look at ourselves, the shit that comes out of our mouths, right? Mm-hmm. This isn't, but you're right though. In the 60s, my uncles talk about this all the time. My older uncles, I have uncles that are in their 70s now, and they talk about this kind of shit all the time. And one of my uncles that passed away recently talked about his disappointment in the with the people, and and what he sees now before he died. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think. Listen, I'm being a hypocrite when I say this because I'm very quick to cut people off and shut people down, but I don't necessarily believe in leaving black people behind, right? But at the same point in time, I do agree with you can only build with the black people that want to build. You got some things, and this goes back to the banking conversation, right? Some things you got to show people. People got to see it. People got to touch it. People have to realize it. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the same conversation. I think this is the same conversation. I think black people inherently want to believe in something like Africa or a prosperous land for themselves and their children and their family, but they don't see it. They don't have it, or they think they have it.
Yeah, and it's like what I was saying before my signal fucking went out. That's why you work with people of like mind. Because again, I'm not really worried about the black people that don't have the same vision as we do. They're gonna join whatever little cult they're gonna join, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But I guarantee you that once we start putting the boots to be it Liberia or wherever, I guarantee you once that mansion is built and it has gas, running water, electricity, roads, universities, manual industry, and everything you need, these same fools are gonna turn around and try to be a part of the party. Right. I'm gonna turn their ass away at the door. Because
Well,
I'm not. Because it's like,
well,
no, you didn't want to fuck with us. You thought we was crazy when we were just putting it together. Now we got the shit up and running. You want to leech off of it. Like, no, you go back with them other niggas. You go to your TP. You can go be Indian. You can go be copper colored Moor. You can go be all that other shit. Go ask them niggas for a handout. See if
well,
you get it.
well. See, whereas I agree with you, and that is usually my mentality. I'm also not in the business of turning away black people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty
And
sure
what,
Minister
and once
Dawood is
again,
going to get him.
and once
He's
again,
going to get after me for this
those
one. But
same
yeah,
once again, those same black people that once again we just talked about this. People gotta see it. People gotta touch it. They don't know it. They don't see it. It's not there. Like, like,
I
this
think I
is
think
this is all you. This is
Chad,
all you know. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think you're talking about two different. You and Deontay are talking about two different types of black folks. Like I think the black folks you're referring to are the black folks that are just ignorant of what it is and they don't know.
Mm.
I'm on their side. Like I'm down to accept those people. What Deontay is talking about is the people that's diametrically opposed to what we're trying to do. And they don't even want to identify with being African or black or anything. They fucking Martians, aliens, they from other
Oh,
planets.
the Kenneth Owens is them. Okay, I get
Yeah.
it now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, we just behead them and leave them on the beaches of Africa. Like, you know what I mean? That I'm all down for. Jason Whitlock, all the motherfuckers. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what he's
All
talking
right, cool.
about, and I agree.
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? I agree with 100%.
Yo, let me share something with y'all.
Tim, Tim Scott, all them niggas. Let's cut
I
their heads
want
off,
to I
put them
want
on
to
beats.
share I want to share something with y'all because I think that this is analogous to what we're talking about. Just recently, um, they have like this battle between people who believe in a sphere globe Earth and people who are flat earthers, right? So this guy, a rich dude, just recently said, "All right, let's take some flat earthers and take some globers down to Antarctica. And if the sun is 24 hours and doesn't set, then that means that we're on a globe. If the sun sets, then that means it's a flat earth. So let's all go and let's observe and see what happens." Now, this is what happened. And I think once I tell you what happened, you'll see how I'm applying this to what we're talking about now. The globe people were like, damn, a free trip? Hell yeah. Sign me up. Guess who was denying going or who rejected going? The flat earthers.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because there ain't no fucking flat earth. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go there and you find out that there ain't a flat earth, your grift is over. You can't make no money no more. And it's the same thing with black folks who don't want to go toward the solution to our problems, which is nationhood. The reason why they
Also
don't
known
want to
as
do it, I'm sorry, the reason why they don't want to do it is because they know once you get the solution, you can't grift anymore. You can't make money off the struggle no more because you found the solution to the problem. That's it. I'm sorry, Emoji.
Mm.
it's all good. You literally said what I was gonna say. Also known as let's just push poverty and oppression to perpetuity forever. This is our existence. And this is something that I do my own social studies on. You'll see a video, a post about somebody black being mistreated. It'll literally have 2,000 comments, 20 something shares, all these saves. I post a video about, hey y'all, but it's February 2025. Let's all support black business in a way to honor Black History Month and start building up our own communities. No one wants to talk about it. Like this is when it comes down for us doing for ourselves, for real, we have to look at America and say, nope, the white people should do it. And then if we're not doing that, we're saying, nope, the white people are going to burn it. So either way it go, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything because we're incapable. That's what we've been used to, and that's what we continue to tell ourselves. And most importantly, and more drastically, that's what we're telling our youth. It may have been hard for us who If y'all 30, 35, 40, even 50, it was different for us growing up, right? Imagine what it is for the kids now, y'all, when it comes to their blackness. Imagine what they're going through. Imagine what they're going to be telling their kids about blackness, black struggle, America. We're done here, y'all. If we don't actually start doing something here, Black America is a wrap. We ain't even the biggest minority group anymore. It's a wrap, y'all. Roll it
Yeah.
up and put a fork in it.
Well, guys, I gotta check out, but I just want to leave y'all with this because let me just jump over what Hop said. We are definitely in the era of the grift.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the era of the grift. Everywhere you look is a grift, and people are falling for the fucking grift. You know, people falling for the grift. But all right, y'all brothers, y'all have a good one, man.
Always a
Love.
pleasure, Chad.
All right,
Good to hear
peace,
from you,
man.
Chad. Have
All
a
right,
good one,
blessings,
bro.
yeah. All right, y'all.
Peace. Yeah, man. In the immortal words, what Black Action Production says, keep calm. The white man got this. That is the overall philosophy of people like Ride With Me and ADOS and FBA. That's the overall philosophy. I don't have to do nothing to support Black people. I don't have to do nothing for the future of Black people because the white man got this. These are the people that voted for Trump as if he's Jesus Christ. A bunch of fucking clowns. You see what's getting energy now? Now we going to war with Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. That's where our energy is. We got 9 minutes, y'all. Who wants to spit day 16?
I won't spit 16. I spit a few though. Man, it's a leadership issue too. What you say is the shepherds that are an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get them up out of here. Because it's been some decades and have you ever even heard one of them, the leaders, any one of them ever say anything about it, which we just talked about?
Nope. Ain't nobody talking about. Name one leader besides us who's talking about Black people putting their money in a Black bank.
Oh,
The only
I'll
one, the
do it
only
if
one
it's
I
in the
can think,
FBA bank.
the only one I can think of is Killer Mike, and I always give him credit.
Yeah, but he a rapper though.
Yeah, but he's the only one that I've heard talking about it. The only one.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we got PhD economists that got platforms. Never heard them say anything about it.
Yo, I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go answer this
I'll
door.
check and see if they have, but I haven't heard anything. But I'll check and see.
Yeah, it's real telling. It's like again,
Yeah, they're beefing with Buster and
without
Fat
any
Joe.
money. Yeah, Fat Joe. Fat Joe basically clowned him and didn't even have to try. So that tells me all I need to know right there.
It's a cool distraction. I mean, we get a new one every 3 days.
Yeah.
What, last week it was Jay-Z. The last few months it's been Puffy.
Yeah, I remember the last couple of decades it was Suge Knight.
Yeah. Then we had some stuff flying over New Jersey. We got distractions. And now Fat Joe says something folks didn't like. Another distraction.
And it's not like he said something that was false.
That's all it is. I mean, it's like it's not even worth. It's like, okay, Fat Joe don't like such and such.
No, he called out a bunch of stupid people for being stupid.
Yes, he did.
He exposed the grift. That's all
And
they
they
did.
don't like that.
No, they don't. But and that's what all their energy is. Oh, Fat Joe said this. Fat Joe said that. So, bro, really, really, that's
Nah,
what y'all want to put energy into.
that's all it is.
Sorry, y'all, I had to answer my door. But
No,
don't
you good.
worry about Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes, because who do we have to come to the rescue? The flat earther, Lord Jamar. So we good.
Nah.
Somebody who's lost all credibility is now all of a sudden, going to come to our defense.
You know,
Don't worry about it.
it takes a special person not to go Dr. Umar or Johnson on the black community or Lord Jamar on the black community. Because if you are a brother who's really, really fighting for their people and you look around and see how the people is full of shit, it'd be kind of hard for you not to follow suit, especially if somebody coming with the check. Like, and this is serious. Now, here's where we could be frustrated though. How can there be so many of you motherfuckers? How can all of y'all be out there in the atmosphere? How can Jalen Rose, for instance, how can Jalen Rose have the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy that's doing effing wonderful in Detroit? This man follows kids from high school all the way through college, right? How is this not happening from every major city from other NBA players? How is this not a, wait for it, system? How is this not a Black American system where our wealthy players build schools for our people and we're educating ourselves? This is called a system, people. This is what intelligent people and people who care about their people do. But we'll look at Jalen Rose, though, and give him all the props. See, we do stuff right here. See, we do stuff. That shit ain't enough, y'all. And if y'all feel like that's enough, y'all not the type of man I like to talk about this stuff with, honestly.
Yeah.
If that's enough for you and that shit just makes you feel all good and fuzzy inside and you say that's enough, we are doing something, get the fuck from around me. Seriously, we need fire. We're in trouble. We could say all these numbers and y'all still just act like, well, okay, Merry Christmas, nigga. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Sorry, but for real, what is wrong with y'all? When are we gonna start taking it serious, y'all? Go ahead.
You want to hear crickets? You want to hear crickets? Ask people where they got their money at. What bank you got your money in? And you're going to hear crickets.
OneUnited.
Say it again, big bro.
So I looked at the numbers you posted. So you're saying that compared to all the ethnic banks, OneUnited got barely broke $500 million.
Right. And we have 50 million Black people in America.
And you know what's insane about this? You got expertise from all around the diaspora, right? Which can shore up the numbers. And you have people who can like help you run it.
Guess what? If you sign up for my financial literacy class, you will be all right. That's all you got to do. Just sign up for my financial literacy class. Man, just sign up for my financial literacy class, y'all, and we can make this shit go. We don't need to be investing in our own banks, though.
So you mean to tell me they can't like do like an international thing where like they bring like multiple people from like Nigeria, I don't know, all over the continent, the Caribbean, to just try to like create some kind of marketing thing and like show up the numbers? Because I'm pretty sure that can go past. I think it can surpass like the Asian bank.
No, now you're making too much sense.
Yeah, you think
They ain't
about
about to do none of
solutions and
that.
stuff, man.
How about
man,
this?
what's wrong with you? The white man got this.
Let me make it less cerebral. Why not create a Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah.
How about a commercial to play during the Super Bowl?
It's $1 million in ad. Yeah.
There's a thought. How about having some of the athletes that's going to be playing in the Super Bowl and some celebrities and entertainers in the commercial? I'm just spitballing here.
Almost too easy.
But hey, the minute the diaspora start taking hold of it, they're gonna call them tethers.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They can get LeVar Ball, LeBron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who else?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say before we end, because we're at the hour. I proposed having a bill toward Congress to take money from Israel and give it to Liberia. And one of the people in my comment section says that a black person says that they don't trust the foreign government with their money.
But you have a bank account right here in the States. And I ain't got no beef with that person. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, billionaires trust foreign.
Go ahead.
Billionaires trust foreign governments with their money.
Their money is the part that gets me. That's the part that really gets me. Their money. Nigga, you ain't got no money. And I'm personally, like, let me just say this for the record. If I had to choose between getting a personal check from the white man here in America or having money go toward Liberia to fix infrastructure and build, guess which one I'm picking? Because first of all, I'm not a bum. I can take, if I'm going to get a check, let me get it from my Liberian government. But as long as you building on the continent and you building roads and highways and bridges and building up ports and seaports and airports and building businesses around those things, guess what? That country is going to have a great economy for me to be in and make some money. For me to build businesses or to invest. So I'm going to make money because my country is successful. You just give me money and I don't have no country to go to. What's the fucking point? And that's what I mean. It's like short-sighted thinking. It's like birds and dogs. They think like. It's all about me, 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 me. And nobody's thinking about the nation. Having your own government. Building your own roads and highways and bridges. Seaports, airports. Nobody's thinking about that. They only think about, oh, if I get $50,000. So then what are you going to do with that $50,000 if you're still here in America with no power base? And you don't have nothing, and you don't have your own nation state developed. So what are you doing with that 50?
About to spend it on some new wheels for his car.
It's short-sighted thinking, man. It's short-sighted thinking at the end of the day. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. What's his name says? How many hot cones will Dane Calloway buy if he gets that check? How many TPs do you think will be built in America if the white man cut that check? How many peace pipes do you think will be smoked if the pretendians get that check from the white man? And our biggest issue right now is not the fact that our largest black bank has $606.98 million in it. It's not even a mill. No, I'm sorry, not even a billion in our banks. That's not a problem. But Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes is. Because they not down with your imaginary motorcycle gang called ADOS and FBA.
Yeah, motorcycle gang.
That's all it is. You just wearing a patch. You ain't really doing nothing. What are you doing? But we don't know what we're talking about. Don't listen to us. Listen to those guys. They're really going to lead you the right way. Let's see. 500 banks and a black bank on behalf of 50 million black people would equal 25 billion in that black bank. Yes. Yes. The numbers are even more. Like when you talk about the amount of money that we can put into these banks, and then when you add on investment, the different things that we can invest in, it's going to be even quadruple that. There's 50 million of us here in this country. 50 million. And the crazy part about it is, like the jackass that was in there earlier, why am I talking about this? You idiot. Why aren't you talking about it? Why aren't the people that want to do it right here doing it right here? Why are you listening to me? Why are you listening to me? Why am I talking about it?
Because they be looking broad with some pom-poms in their hands. That's why.
Yeah. What is Vic there?
No, I'm here.
What Vic say? Oh, you trying to stand up for yourself? That's what you're doing? I better not ever see you standing over no toilet. I'm gonna whoop your ass if I ever see you standing over a toilet.
You better step, Daddy.
Around me? Are you crazy? The white man got this. He got your ass too. Oh Lord. Anyway, I think we've made our point on this live. It's been like over an hour. So are you guys gonna be on the in the lounge tonight?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'll be with you. I'm off tonight.
Yay.
Yeah, so I'll be there with y'all. Once again, it's an honor to be amongst you gentlemen. You guys don't have any idea what your presence in my life means to me.
Likewise,
I'll just say that. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, if I didn't have you guys, I'd be in a fucking insane asylum.
I feel the same. Before I found the BAIO, bro, I was like, I don't know where I was at. It's amazing how after I've discovered you through Dianas's channel, my life turns automatically. And then I end up going to Africa for the first time.
And I'll just say that Mike, Yemoja, and Brian are my spirit animals.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all my spirit animals because y'all just double down on because y'all don't have no idea how much strife I get for just being me. Oh, you're too caustic. You need to say it in a certain way. So I love the fact that y'all just come in and burn the whole fucking house down. I love it. Don't ever change and don't ever let nobody think that you know, make you feel a certain way about yourself because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And on that note, love you all. I'll holler at y'all later. See you tonight.
Peace.
Peace.